Hello and welcome to Rearview Ireland. My name is Reilly and today we're going to be talking about what's it like to drive the Honda E. So let's get started. I've already covered the Honda E in the exterior, interior features and all the tech, and I'll stick that video on the link above in the description and also link it at the end of the video. So if you're interested in finding out a bit more about the car when it was static, I only had it for an hour or two on the first time, but I've had this for a couple of days and I really like it. It is probably my favorite electric city car at the moment. It's going up against the likes of the Mini Electric. I really don't think we should put it up against the likes of the Peugeot E208 or the Corsa E or even the Renault Zoe because of the size of the battery. So the battery size in this is 32.5 kilowatt hour and it is usable 28.5 kilowatt hour. So it's very similar to the size of the Mini Electric. It has that premium feel, it has that premium price tag. So really I would be putting it toe to toe with the Mini Electric. And I prefer this one, if I'm honest. I prefer the looks, I prefer the tech, I prefer the driving feel of it. So we've already covered a lot of the features on it, but let's talk about what's coming into Ireland with the Honda E. You have two models, the base and the advance. The base comes in at 29,995, I think, or 950, and that is after the government and the SEAI grants. And then the advanced version, which is this version, and that's coming in at 32 odd. I'll stick the price on the screen below. What do you get on the advanced version that's not on the base model? So you get a slightly bigger electric motor. The torque is the same, but it is a 113 kilowatt motor versus a 100 kilowatt motor. What does that mean with regards to power? You get 150 odd brake horsepower versus 130 odd. So the fact that the torque is the same, the brake horsepower is a small bit more. The range is roughly the same. It is WLTP of 220 kilometers, but I'm getting around about 170 kilometers. That's a mix of city, country roads, and also a bit of motorway. We're going to do a bit of motorway now as well today. And on your EV menu, the power flow, it is saying I'm getting 48.6 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. Which isn't great by any means, but I'm just after starting off, so let's see once we hit the motorway whether that starts to equalize out. So yeah, and it's saying if I turn off the air conditioning, it will give me an extra 22 kilometers. At the moment I'm at 45% battery and it's saying I have a range of 63 kilometers. So the EV menu is, the power flow menu is really good, and the EV menu then is more to do with charging wait time, preconditioning, etc. This car is a rear-wheel drive. Because the battery pack is on the bottom of the floor, it also has a very low center of gravity and 50-50 weight distribution. So driving-wise, it is great. Also, because of the electric motor being in the back, the turning circle, the car itself is about 4 meters long. But the turning circle then is about 9.2 meters. So it's a really tight turning circle because the front wheels have the ability to turn more because there's nothing impeding their way. They can turn up to, I believe it's a 45-degree angle. In Ireland, the Universal Honda, who are the distributors in Ireland for Honda, they have decided with the advanced version, they're bringing in advanced versions. You can order the base model if you'd like, but what they've done is the advanced version normally comes with a 17-inch wheel, which is a black with a silver accent, but they've decided to fit the advanced version with the 16-inch wheel. Again, all this can be changed, but this is what they're going to be bringing in as their stock, and that will, because they went for the 16-inch wheels, you're getting an extra 10 to 15 kilometers of range, because obviously your wheel size will make a difference with that range. So we've talked about range, we've talked about power. Driving along, and I've covered this already in the review of the tech and the interior, the side cameras instead of wing mirrors, you get used to them. You get used to not moving to see a different angle, that's for sure. When you indicate, it puts up a little line markers on the actual screen itself so that you can see distances, as in spaces of cars behind you. Just an update on that average energy used. Now that we're starting to get out in a bit of open roads, we're down to 33.1 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. So that's starting to come down once it starts to get a bit of road. Very smooth, nice takeoff. Not huge, not hugely powerful. The Mini is a bit more sprightly, has a higher brake horsepower. This is about 150 brake horsepower if you were to change it over, and the Mini has, I think, about 170 odd brake horsepower if I remember correctly. My Mini review is coming up actually, or it's already been. It's hard to start scheduling these electric vehicle reviews, it's a great complaint. I'm trying to chop and change around so it's not similar types of cars all the time, because I want to give variety on the channel. Hopefully you're enjoying the channel. If you haven't already, I'd really appreciate that you subscribe. I can see from the analytics that we've about 80% of people that view the stuff haven't subscribed yet. So if you can subscribe, I'd really like it. I'd appreciate it. Then if you could like the video, if you did like it. And the last thing then, to show engagement for Google, it'd be great if you leave a comment. I've gotten back to every single comment that's been on the channel so far, good, bad and indifferent. If somebody wants to say something to me, I'm happy to have a conversation about it. So what I'd like to talk about is, do you think this is a good electric vehicle for a city car? Now, there are some people out there that will say, oh, it's a small battery, it's not for me. And that's fine, but what we need to start chatting about is, who is it good for? Who are the people that are considering a small city car, don't do a lot of mileage on a regular basis, and this may be the perfect car for them. So as EV drivers, we need to start thinking and talking about electric cars and who they fit, because not every car in the market at the moment, whether they're EV or not, suits every person. But EV drivers have a bit of a we like to talk about range and battery size. Oh, that battery isn't big enough. Let's change the narrative so that we're starting to talk about who it works for. Average energy usage has dropped to 27.9, and we're only gone out the road. We're still at 42% battery, so it's great to see that it's starting to adjust itself when it knows that there is a bit of extra road. And I'm not going too crazy with the speed either. It's 100 kilometers an hour. So I assume that'll keep on dropping down. Steering wheel wise, it's a lovely 2-spoke steering wheel, which is something different, but it's a good size. The advanced version has the heated element on it as well. On the steering, on the right hand side, it's all audio stuff, and on the left hand side, it's the cruise control, etc. The advanced version also has the park pilot, and I'll show a bit of footage of that later on. The regen braking are on the paddles, but you also have one pedal driving and automatic handbrake. I really like the one pedal driving from the Nissan Leaf, and they've done a great job with this on the Honda E as well. It's not too hard with regards to how it is set up suspension wise. It's firm but not tough. So yeah, you will feel the bumps and the lumps and the speed bumps, but I think it's a nice compromise, because it is a 1.5 ton electric vehicle. So the batteries are there. It's not a light vehicle. Acceleration on the Honda E, some people get caught up with it. So it is dependent on the model that you have, whether it's the entry level or the advanced. The entry level is just around 9 seconds, 0 to 100, and the advanced version is coming in at just over 8 seconds when you're doing those drag races, bringing the kids to school or heading into Grafton Street to buy your Christmas shopping. So top speed on the Honda E is 145 kilometers an hour, so it's no slouch. It can definitely take on the motorway and overtake in the fast lane when needed. But as always, you need to remember that you are digging into your battery when you're doing stuff like that. Charging on AC at home, it will take you, because it's got the 6.6 onboard charger, it's going to take you just about 5 hours and 15 minutes to charge it up. And then the DC charger, it's going to take you 36 minutes to go from 0 to 80%. This advanced version also has the screen with the camera built into it that I've covered in the first video. Again, I really like it. You can definitely see the drivers behind you in a lot clearer. And if you don't like it, you can just flick the switch and it turns back to a regular mirror. But it's held within the wiper range in the back window, and there's a heated element in front of it. So like the side view mirrors, also have a way of covering them with a anti-residue coating, so any dirt or grime or water won't be held on it. Kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers is down to 24.2. So with the safety, we've got road departure mitigation, collision mitigation, blind spot information, and low speed braking control. So lots of stuff there that will help you assist you as you're driving. The quality and feel of the Honda E is premium. It is well put together. It is quality materials. I'd have no problem with that. It's technically really only a 4-seater with 2 seats in the back, and it's set up for me now. I could probably scoot up a bit further in my chair, which I will fit in behind it. I like the addition of the panoramic glass sunroof. I know it doesn't open, but it's great to have light in the cabin as well. I hope you've enjoyed the review of the Honda E, the driving review. As I said, I'll link the tech interior and exterior feature review below. If you can leave a comment and let me know what you thought. And remember, if you think an EV is for you, leave it to me and I'll review. Thanks for watching.